Good evening, y'all. Good evening. I'm so country. I say y'all. Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing today? Welcome to another episode of Kitchen Table Conversation. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope that you and got enjoyed that beautiful weather and did some things and stay safe. But I'm glad y'all got out and I hope you enjoyed. And we got a beautiful week coming up this week. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous outside, especially later on in the week. It's going to be beautiful. So y'all come on in, man. Come on in, like and share, invite your friends. Tell them, say, hey, we got to go watch Kitchen Table. So whatever y'all doing, drop it so y'all can watch the show, interact with me, talk with me, talk to me. And we're going to have a good conversation tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about cancel culture. I know y'all been hearing a lot about it lately in the news when it comes to people being canceled out because they might not believe what somebody else believe or might say something that somebody else don't agree with and they get canceled out. Especially Republicans are saying that now. They're big on cancel culture. We also going to talk about colorism in the African-American community. I was listening to some podcasts the other day about how that's still alive in our community. Let's talk a little bit about it tonight. And also a hot button issue that really don't nobody really want to talk about or address. We're going to talk about the resurgence of Me Too. All right. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, guys, I want to shout out my sponsors and do a couple other things. Our main sponsor for Kitchen Table Conversation is the Coley Agency. I cannot say enough about Michelle and her company. Go by the agency and get some home auto life insurance. It's right there on Hargrove Road. Or give a call, 205-946-2150. Go see my girl Michelle and her staff, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. And also, I want to talk about Man Talk. Hey, listen, guys, y'all been enjoying Man Talk. It has been crazy what me and Doe been doing with this show. It's been a huge success and a huge movement. It almost got like a cult following almost. But to make it more advantageous to you, we moved our show to Fridays now at 11 p.m. so we can be live. I know we had a lot of people saying we don't like the tape delay. We don't like the delayed show. We don't like the tape show and all that. So we're going to do it live. Live Fridays at 11 a.m. so you can take your lunch break, put your headphones in, whatever you're doing on your job or if you off or whatever, you can just tune in every Friday right here on YouTube. Right here on YouTube. We all live on YouTube and Facebook and see me and Doe host Man Talk. He be acting up sometimes, so I had to keep him in line. And yeah, so watch us Fridays 11 o'clock. Also, go check out my girl Angela D's page, her Encourage page. She is really breaking some things down and really encouraging the people to all our viewers actually to just be encouraged, stay faithful, stay involved, stay in the race, don't get out and all that. So yeah, go by, check our page out on Facebook, Encouraged by Angela D. And listen, Lady Step, Telling the Brown Eyes. If you need some shirts done, you need some cups done, you need some alterations, I believe she do now. You need a lot of those things done for screen printing and all that. She do all that. Hit her up, Talented Brown Eyes. You can inbox myself or Doe and get more information about it. I guarantee you she's the best in the business out right now. And one last thing, if you like Man Talk or Mind Change TV, Lord Jesus, Kitchen Table Conversation, please support us. Hit that Cash App, Rod Singer TV. Next week, we're going to be bringing in Venmo and PayPal and all that kind of stuff, so you have more ways to give. Listen, no donation is too small. No donation is too big because, we got to keep this thing going. And Big Baby, go to the shop tomorrow. I know y'all been wondering about the van. We raised some money. I think we had a goal of some thousands, but We got less than 1,000, but it's all good. God gonna make a way. So she go to the shop tomorrow to look to getting painted and prepped and all that kind of stuff and stenciled and all that. So if you want to sew into that to get this van up and running for our students for this summer, we're gonna be taking kids on field trips, taking people, we'll probably working with some of the elders, taking them to get their help, pay bills or what have you, grocery shopping if we can do that. Also, we'll be able to take our kids back and forth to tutoring after school once we get all our things going. So, hey, you want to sew into that? Just hit that Rod Singer TV logo and we cash out and we can get you sewing into the ministry. No, it's tax time. So if you need a good write-off, holler at your boy. We tax exempt 501c3. Listen, guys, we're going to get into this conversation. I got a special guest going to come on here with me tonight. Y'all know him. He's world famous. He everywhere he go, he eat free. He don't pay for nothing. And you know, and when people don't recognize him, you know, he just get in his feelings and then he get all kind of stuff for free. So welcome my guest tonight. Y'all know who I'm talking about too. Mr. Jabari Pruitt. What's up, Jabari? What's up, man? You doing? Huh?
You know,
you got tied up.
Thing that I'm a little salty about is the only thing that I'm a little salty about is this man talk. I wasn't even part of that. You won't even let me be part of me. I'm a special guest, please.
You gonna be a special guest on Man Talk? You want to come on Friday, brother?
No.
Matter of fact, listen, since it's gonna be live, we're gonna be in the Upper Room Studios, and you are invited to the studios this Friday at 11 o'clock, Jabari, to be a part of Man Talk.
I should be the third host on that show.
Well, let me talk with my partner and see if we can come up with a see if we can come up with a solution to that problem. How about that? But you know, Doughboy got the last say because he keep us covered, man. Keep us in prayer. And if he say you can't be on, brother, I'm sorry. You just can't be on.
It's all good.
See how Smooth got it off me.
It's all good. I'm just messing with you for real.
D Ash said we run against Young and the Restless at 11 o'clock. Man,
I saw that.
Our show better than Young and the Restless. Well, no, it ain't. I ain't gonna tell that lie. I've been watching Young and the Restless for 48 years.
Speaking of Young and the Restless, I saw that Paul is leaving after 43 years. So,
who is that? Paul? Who is that? Victor Newman?
No, he was the detective on the show. He announced today he was leaving for good.
Oh wow, 43 years! Wow, I've been watching that show. I still remember, and we're gonna get into the conversation, guys. I'm sorry, y'all like and share. Come on in. I still remember my grandmother's routine every morning. My great grandmother's routine every morning. She would get us up at 6 or 7, do your chores. By 9, she had to watch the news. 10 o'clock, everything had to be done. Breakfast done, kitchen cleaned up, everything. Price is Right coming on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Young and the Restless. Then the 12 o'clock news. And then As the World Turns. Something that Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah, Bold and the Beautiful with 30 in it. When you had One Life to Live.
One Life to Live, and then Guiding Light.
Yeah.
My grandmother wouldn't move for 4 hours.
Well, I worked at 9 TV stations, and every TV station I worked was a CBS station. So
really?
we couldn't do nothing but watch Young and the Restless. We couldn't watch nothing but it.
I'm telling you, that show. What's up, Jay? What's up, D Ash? Deja, how you doing? General Hospital. Ain't nobody watch no General Hospital. That was the Uppity show. Wasn't that the Uppity show, Jabari? Didn't nobody, the black folk watch Guiding Light.
Yeah, it was Guiding Light, Young and the Restless, and Bold and the Beautiful with black folk.
Yeah, black folk. We didn't watch General Hospital. That was for the suburban people.
Doctors' wives watching hospital because the setting was at a hospital.
Yeah. Doctors' wives. That was in the suburb. We didn't watch. We didn't watch that. That was in the suburb. And then, hey, then you had to watch. Then you had to. No, I'm way off topic. Then you had to watch. You had to make sure you watch Murder, She Wrote.
I hated that show. I wanted them to kill that old lady.
No,
that episode when Angela Lansbury was snooping and something, and then somebody had a gun and on, and she's on Kim. I said, "Please kill her, kill her."
How you hate the show, but you know the episode?
Cause I hated that damn show for real. I hated that show. I wanted them to kill Angela Lansbury.
Murder, She Wrote, Heat of the Night. Was Andy Griffith. I had to watch Andy Griffith, Fred Sanford. And what was the other show about the hospital that came on like at 9 o'clock at night, right before we had to go to bed? It was some hospital show. Y'all help me out. Y'all help me out. It was some hospital show that came on like at 9 o'clock at night. Dang, I can't remember. Man, that brought back some memories. I can't remember. It was
an interesting fact when you said Sanford and Son. Did you know that Red Fox was a police chief in the city where the setting where that Sanford and Son? He would go to work in the mornings, check on everything, and then go and film that. He was the actual police chief. People didn't know that. Red Fox was the police chief.
As much as cocaine and alcohol Red Fox had in his system, he was the police chief.
He was the police chief, yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
He was a police chief all the way through filming Sanford and Son. That's interesting fact. Oh yeah, that's it. Saint Elsewhere. That's
Saint Elsewhere. Yep, I remember that. I remember that. Dallas. Oh yeah, Dallas. You had to watch Dallas. So we bring back some memories tonight, y'all.
But you know, Dallas is a remake. They got Dallas is the remake. They got the new remake of Dallas, and it's actually fun. It's actually pretty good. It comes on the CW.
Hold on, they got a new show.
It's Dallas, and it's a remake of it, and they still got some of the same characters back on the old Dallas, and the kids are all adults now and everything. It's actually good. It's actually funny, but it's good. Is it
in syndication or it's a show that comes on TV now?
It comes on every week on CW.
Oh wow! I don't even want to watch the CW. I stopped watching CW after the Wayans show went off.
Oh, they get raunchy up in there, boy. I'm telling you, something you get up in there like, damn.
Oh man, yeah, them show was serious, boy. 4 hours, my grandmama didn't move off that in front of her little chair, and I got her little chair in my closet now. I sit in when I get dressed and stuff in the morning. I sit in my chair, and that's the chair that my grandmother sat in for 50 years, probably way longer than that. And I still have it today. So they'll bring back so many memories.
Right.
Yep. Golly. Y'all come on in, man. We did Boris Hershey and the Barbershop Talk. Hey, brother, set it up, man. We'll be glad to come in and I'll bring my stuff and let Jabari do the comment, the host it and set it all up. And we can most definitely do it, Boris. Just let us know when. Just know when. You know when. You know, it costs for us to do a show on the road now, but let us know when. We'll we'll get you set up. But look, all right, guys, let's get on into this conversation. Cancel culture. When we talk about cancel culture, lately they have been people or powers that be have really been Xing people out of the community space when it comes to politics, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, when it comes to rights, civil rights, when it comes to a whole bunch of things. And I want to know, is that fair? Or even is it a thing? Is cancel culture a thing? Is it possible for somebody to cancel you out of the community because you don't believe, or they don't believe the same thing you believe? What y'all think? What you think, Jabari?
I do believe that, that is a real thing. I really do. I don't know much about it, but I do believe that that whole thing is real. I don't think it's in it.
Cause who was that? They canceled him out. Golly, I can't think of who it was. I done forgot just that quick, and I had the stuff, was writing the stuff down and forgot. But somebody, y'all help me out with this. Y'all are watching. It was somebody that didn't agree. It was a politician. You remember the guy? Al Franken. You remember him, the senator from Minnesota?
Al
Franken had some allegations in the past, and like within 2 weeks he had to resign. They canceled him out. But the same politicians from another party do the same thing, and they don't cancel him out. And now the Republicans are coming saying they're trying to cancel Trump because of the insurrection and all that kind of stuff. Okay, pause. Yeah, I just want to know, is that it's crazy because now we're into the space where we got a governor. I don't know if they're trying to cancel him out or what they're trying to do, but it ties into the Me Too thing. If we can go there, because council calls don't look like gonna get no publicity right on this show, so we just move on to the next topic. It's Me Too. Now I got some different views on this, so y'all don't get mad at me and try to cancel me out. But I really don't think that it's fair. Now, if you did something inappropriate or you had some stuff against you in the past where you've been wrote up and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I think you need to pay for that. But because somebody make an allegation, an unfounded allegation, or just somebody say, hey, you said this to me, I don't think that that's fair to just write a person off because of that, or say, hey, he need to resign because he said this, or she said he said this, or she said he said that. It seems like now we're gonna have a whole nother resurgence of the Me Too movement. Which, like I say, if you did those things and it was proven that you did those things, I think you need to pay for them. But just to make a broad allegation, I don't think that's fair. Y'all talk to me. Talk to me, Jabbar.
I mean, a lot of allegations are just allegations. I mean, allegations have caused people to lose everything. Just allegations.
Mm-hmm.
When people, I mean, I don't even know how to say it because it's so big. A lot.
I know it's touchy. I know it's touchy.
Yeah, a lot of times, when you hear it the first time, and a lot of people don't hear anything else after you've heard it that first time, that one allegation, and that's it. It don't matter if it's proven that it's not true or whatever. It's that one thing. You start hearing people say stuff like, there'll be some truths too, and then you having to approve yourself. But that one could be something that completely sets you back. But that's a big thing. I mean, it's just something about allegations really ruin somebody.
Yeah, it seemed like now that the space that we live in now, I know times change like every decade or whatever. You go through a cycle every 20 years, every score. You go through cycles and stuff. But it seems like now the times we're living in, that if somebody say, Rodney Pell said something to me 5 years ago that made me feel uncomfortable, and automatically Rodney Pell can get rolled off. And I just don't think that's fair.
No, it's not.
I just don't think it's fair.
It's definitely not fair. But if somebody got something against you and they trying to cancel you out, they're gonna use it. They're gonna use just it. It's not fair, but it's sad that people will try to use your past to define who you are today. I think that if we all were to kind of sit back, look at our past, our closet or whatever, there's a lot of stuff that we wouldn't want to put out there or anything. So I mean, that's squeaky clean.
No, I don't think nobody's squeaky clean either. And I, my closet is full of stuff. I can't close my closet. I'm just joking. There's so many bed bugs in my closet. You can put a cemetery. But but I just don't think, because we seen in recent politics, we just seen in the entertainment industry, we just seen all older broads just, and I don't think that's fair. And I hate that people's lives are ruined because of those allegations, that Me Too movement and stuff. It's like, it's not a sexy topic, and I'm gonna talk about it because it's kitchen table conversation. We talk about stuff like the Bill Cosby thing. Now, whether he did that or not, I wasn't there. I don't know. But for all those women that come out after 30, 40, 50 years, yes, you have an opportunity to tell your truth. Yes, it's your right to do what you want to do, say what you want to say. But for that man to go to jail because of allegations, 40, 50 years, 30, 40, some probably even 50 years old, I just think that ain't fair. Now, whether he did or not, I wasn't there. I don't know. So I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right in most instances.
I guess in the Bill Cosby, in the Cosby incident, I mean, you had a lot of women that came forward and said something. I know it was 40 years ago or 50 years ago. He had a lot of women that come forward and something. It is a lot on that one.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I can understand if a person got power. Have power to create jobs for you, or power to put you in a position that you don't want to be in, or power to put you in a position you need to be in. Yeah, sometimes you hold that truth inside of you. Because I got some stuff I need to tell, and I'm holding in because of the people that did it to me. But 50 years, I just don't know. It's just hard for me to buy into that. Now, I know like some people I know. Go ahead.
I do think that should be like a statute of limitation when you bring something, certain things up. Depending on this, if it's something that was in your past, and you have, gone through that, you have paid the dues and everything for that, it should never be brought up in any situation. It should never be brought up in any situation, because I do think that if you've gone through it and you've changed, I think that should be it. I do. That's just my opinion. I just think it should be a statute of limitation. When it comes to politics, I don't even think it should ever be dirty politics. I just 25 years I've done TV, and I have covered some nasty elections. Some nasty campaigns and everything. I just don't think that it should be a such thing as dirty campaigns, because when you go after that female candidate or that male candidate, if they are married and got kids and grandkids and brothers and sisters, mom and dad, it affects everybody. Because if my child has gone through, then went to prison and did all of this and did all that, but now I'm so proud of him because he doing this now, he doing that now, and we done moved on. I don't need that to be brought back up. There's no.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I totally agree with you. Because we get so far out in the weeds sometimes, man. I was watching it was Tuberville. Some he was just it was just crazy bringing up stuff about somebody that ain't true, but just saying it, just making it real. I know what I was watching a news story about the young congressman, the guy that's in a wheelchair. I don't know if you remember the RNC where the guy wheeled up in a wheelchair and he was talking about he was running for Congress, and then his buddy stood him up. He was standing up because he was in a car accident. It was late last summer. But check it out. It's the young congressman that's in a wheelchair, got hurt in a car accident. And he was just saying stuff. Oh, my friend was he was the cause of my accident. He left me there to die. That was untrue. I got into the Navy, was going to the Naval Academy, and then I had the accident. That was untrue. I got it in Yale and the Princeton, but I turned it down because I wanted to go to the Navy. All that stuff was untrue. This is like, it was just saying stuff that was untrue because they know because he was in a wheelchair, wasn't nobody gonna buck him.
Right.
I think it needs to be some kind of rules and guidelines on how you campaign and what you can and cannot say. And if you are found in a lie, I think you need to get on out of there.
Yeah, I mean, if you
lie on a person's character or even lying on yourself to make yourself look bigger than really what it is.
Right. I mean, if you're gonna bring it out there, if I'm gonna bring something against you, then I'm gonna have to be ready to prove it. That this is 100% true. I'm not gonna throw it out there and have half of it right and some of it not right, and then somebody said, "Well, I can explain that." It ain't even worth it.
And I know that's probably hard for you digging into stories sometimes, and then you got the joker that you're doing a story about it told a lie, and you're sitting like, bro, this ain't what you supposed to be saying. This ain't nearly about truth.
You know what? I mean, when it get to to points like that, in all my years, I mean, I've been in that situation, years and years ago where, an opponent that I'm sitting there interviewing. I mean, every station I work, everybody have always known that I've always been like that political person. And he did say something that we all thought was true. We all went with. But then come to find out it wasn't true. But then he came back and said something else trying to cover it up. And it wasn't true. And I knew it wasn't true. But my thing as a journalist, if this is coming out of his mouth, that's coming out of his mouth. I got to let him say it.
Yeah, let him bite that bullet.
I let him bite that bullet now.
Because the next show I do, you're gonna tell the truth.
Exactly. Because when I come up here, the first thing I'm gonna say, well, when I interviewed him last week, he said this, but after an investigation, this is actually what it is. So he dug a deeper hole.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I couldn't even get on TV and tell no lie, man, because man, that's why I wrote a book, y'all. So when I do decide to run for politics, all I ever did is in that book. So you can't say, well, here's something new. No, it's in that book. I wrote that book years ago. So, and then a friend of mine told me the other day, he said, hold on, Dre. A friend of mine told me the other day, he said, when you get ready to get in politics or in the public arena, go find the person that hates you the worst and let them put out all the information about you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you was there. You heard it too. Find that person. Yeah, you were sitting right there. Find that person that hates you the worst. And let them put out everything about you before you decide to run, and then you have a clear campaign. Then.
Well, Rodney, if you and I run against each other, it won't be no dirty campaign. Won't be no dirty.
Wow, you gonna win off name recognition alone?
I mean, I win off alone. No, I'm just kidding.
I know you live in a whole nother district than me, so me and you won't run against each other, brother. You believe that? You're gonna be my campaign PR person when I do run for state legislature. Whenever I do decide I might run again for something. If I ever run, I've never ran. So if I do decide to, yeah, you'll be on the team. Veronica said that in most cases of cancel culture, it's a certain group of people getting mad because they feel the power to grip it, that their power grip is being threatened. Most cancel culture of late revolve around racism, sexism, and power, most notably political power. You are absolutely right. Veronica, you are absolutely right. Most of the cancel cultures have revolved around racism and racist words and stuff that come out of these people's mouths that they say, well, that was a mistake and you just can't write me off. No, that's how you felt. Literally, that's how you felt. I was watching something on it was on the news or something on my news feed or something today. The politician was saying, I've worked hard to get the N-word out of my vocabulary over the last 18 months. My thing is, brother, if you had to work hard for 18 months to get that out your vocabulary, it ain't out. It ain't gonna never get out. Who was that? God, I just can't remember nothing. He said it today that he's working hard over the last 18 months to get that out his system, the N-word out of his system and out of his family element or whatever. But if you gotta work 18 months, that's in you. That ain't coming out.
All right.
Hey, Tom Lisa, how you doing, man?
That's late in May.
I ain't saying that. Tom Lisa, I did not. I'm looking into the camera. I did not say that.
I call her late in May every time I see her.
Now, Jabari, excuse me, guys. Another topic we was talking about. We had 3 topics: cancel culture, Me Too. Now, colorism. Colorism. Now, you being in the entertainment industry, and I know you talked about this before, and that's why I asked you to come on tonight. You had an incident about colorism in your professional journey over the years. Do you want to speak on that before we dig into that for real?
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken on it before. I've spoken to schools and stuff years and years ago. I think the first time I actually brought it out, I was doing news in Montgomery then, but I was a senior at the University of Alabama back in the mid to late 90s. And a white teacher of mine said, and I was actually already working at a TV station. Nobody else in the class was. And she came to me and said, Jabari, I think that you should go into radio. And I said, why do you think that? She says, well, I just think that I don't think that you would go that far in TV because, you know, of your color complexion, you're dark skin. So when I kind of looked at the other the girls that were of color in the class, we had a light-skinned girl and a light-skinned guy, only one dark skin. So that is something to me when she said that, because I hadn't worked hard to get to where I was at. But by the time graduation was about to come around, you know, the lad that, you know, who in here have had job interviews and everything. Well, I was the only one in the classroom that could say, hey, I've gotten a job before, and nobody else in that classroom. And I can remember going back to homecoming several years later, and one of the girls in there said, I can't get even in a newsroom to intern anywhere. And I had done worked at 2 stations at that time. And, you know, so that's always been something to me is my color complexion, the reason why, you know, and I looked at because of my color complexion. Am I too dark skinned? So for years and years, I used to, when I worked at, you know, all the other 8 TV stations, I would always, if they hired a black guy into the newsroom who's on air, yeah, I would immediately get threatened because he's lighter skinned or whatever. And if he's if I'm going to be pushed aside so he can step into, you know, what I was doing because of that color. So it was always, and for years and years, I had to deal with that. I literally had to deal with that.
So your white professor told you, a black student, to go into radio because you was too dark. What kind of bull?
She felt like she was looking out for me. She didn't want me to waste time because she said, you have a really good personality. I think you would do well and this and that. But I just think that I don't point that is what her reasoning were. Because she later, years later, I saw her and she wanted to explain it to me that, oh, I just didn't want you to, you know, put all your eggs into, you know, this basket of getting these TV jobs and you're not getting them and this and that. But, you know, only thing I can say, I've done very well in TV. Very well. 9 TV stations later, I've done well.
Yeah. That's crazy but I can understand. I can understand. I was listening to a story actually yesterday on one of my news feeds or whatever I listen to all the time. It was talking about colorism, and we all know how it started with the slave master slept with the slave, and then the lighter skinned people went in the house and worked in the house and all that kind of stuff. We understand it, but now it's in the corporate arena. Now it seems they had some kind of stat where the darker skinned female would always get the lower paying jobs than the lighter skinned female. And the darker skinned male will get the lower paying job or the entry level job. Once the lighter skinned male got the job that was a step or two ahead, even though they might have had the same qualifications or even one had better qualifications, it seemed that the lighter skinned Black person got the better job or the better opportunities and stuff. And that's still amazes me in 2020, 2021, that we still had these issues when it comes to colorism. And then I was looking, they was talking about the rap videos, how you never see dark-skinned women in rap videos. Then I went and looked back at some of the older videos, Isley Brothers, stuff like that. You see all light-skinned girls. In the Prince videos, and I might be mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, you see all light-skinned girls. They were saying dark-skinned girls could not get work in Hollywood or in the entertainment industry because it just was not a place too much for a dark-skinned girl. And then I heard one of the ladies tell somebody, "Oh, you look good for a dark-skinned female." And I'm like,
yeah,
this is 2020. 2021, excuse me.
You can take it back to, I mean, I know it was a movie, but it was loosely based on a true story. Dreamgirls, you know, when you had the Jennifer Hudson and all of them and who they put in the front. Even though in the movie, based on the movie, Jennifer had the voice, but she did not have the look, you know. And, you know, so it definitely takes it, you know, kind of take it out like that. So it's real, and it really, and you know, a dark-skinned guy, you know, in that, you know, have certain jobs. Yeah, we do get threatened by it a little bit. I mean, yeah, we do. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to fix it. The only thing I can do, I was told a long time ago, just be you, you know, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, but it still got to be traumatic. It still has to be traumatic that in 2021 that we still have those vices that affect our community, and it's really not brought on. It's like you say, you said you feel threatened, but I personally think that is the whole basis of colorism, that people in positions feel threatened by a darker skinned Black person because of the stigma that black folks already is angry, argumentative. They you know, we have different stigmatism about us in the workplace. Your Black girl, they you know, they do the hair, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. We got no stigmatism. But the light-skinned or a Black person are closer to the mannerisms of that, I'm just gonna say it, than white person. So they feel less threatened by that lighter skin tone. And it's crazy in 2021 that we still got to deal with that.
Yeah, and you know, and believe it or not, you know, you do hear it all the time, and it goes back what you said earlier. When you hear somebody say, "Oh, you so pretty to be dark skinned and this and that," and you know, and I can remember years ago when we were young, my youngest sister, dark skinned girl, long hair, good hair, and somebody walked up to her and said, "Oh, you are so pretty. You are absolutely gorgeous for a dark skinned girl." And my mom got really, really upset.
Really upset.
And at that time, I didn't understand why she got so mad, because the only thing I looked at was, hey, she gave her a compliment. But it was years later when she had to explain this. It was a compliment to a point. And the only reason why she didn't react was because we were right there with her. But I think if she was by herself, she probably would have reacted a different way. But she was really upset about that. And then I see that Tomalisa said that, you know, she used to get that comment a lot. You know, I I believe that.
Yeah, I believe it too. Because me sitting here just reflecting on different things, programs I was in, and different things I was in. The lighter skinned kids were put out front, and that amazes me that I know for a fact that we had some chocolate babies that was way better than who won competitions I was involved in. And not saying I won them because I never won anything, but the lighter skinned kid won. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing that we still going through that. And Veronica said, you see what she said? That's why she watched Luke and Uncle and Tupac video.
When you said the rapper, the first thing that came to my mind was BNB. Came to my mind right there.
That's that BET late night. You gotta watch them videos late at night. Yeah, it is a plantation slave syndrome, Dorothy, because we still live that way. We still have that same mentality now, and it's even worse in our own communities. We still see a lot of that. A lot of it happens in our own communities when we pit one skin tone against the other one, and it's hurtful, it's hateful. Like people tell me all the time, man, you got some pretty little light skinned boy. I said, I got pretty black children. My children are black. I don't care what tone they are. They're beautiful, gorgeous men. So don't ever come, like Tommy said, as a backhanded comment. Don't ever come at me like that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, we have to do it to ourselves a lot more than what we realize. Because how many times have you seen people argue? Two black people argue, regardless of the skin tone, and you hear one that will say, "I can't stand his or her black."
Yeah.
And you kind of look at it, and then the one who's saying is probably the lighter skinned one, and then the other one is the darker skinned one. But we do ourselves so much, and it is a problem. It is when we do it to ourselves. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen that, I've heard that. I don't like it. I have never liked it.
Yeah, I don't like it either when we pit each other against each other because of skin tone. It's, and we got a lot of vices in our community. We got a lot of stuff we got to fight, but that's one of them that shouldn't be a fight, because we all come out the same pot. We all come out the same plantation. I hate to say it like that, but I was telling people in Greene County, where my ancestors are from, I say, you can look around this. I was telling my sons and my nephews, you can look around this cemetery, and I say, you see 5 or 10 different last names. I said, but you see one name that's prominent. Everybody come from that one person. So we all come from the same pot. It's just some of us. My grandmama used to say this, and it irked me today, but she said some of us just left in the oven just a little longer than everybody else, but everybody went through that oven. So I think that it's wrong that we should battle each other because of skin tone. And colorism do exist today in today's society when it comes, especially in the corporate world. And you can see a lot of it now in NFL. I see it. I don't know if and I might be wrong. It's just me looking through my third lens up here. So how some of our quarterbacks, they a lot of them, the darker skinned quarterbacks are not put out front, not prevalent like the lighter skinned quarterbacks. Like you see, they talk about Russell Wilson. I'm just saying this. They talk about Russell Wilson, how grammatically correct he is, and how beautiful he is, and his family, and this and that, and how well he talks, and how well he speaks. He's advocating in the community, and blah 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 blah. But you got somebody like my man over in Baltimore. What's his name? Golly, y'all help me out. I just forgot his name. Anyway, he's the league MVP last year, but he got to work on this. He got to work on that. He's not this. He's not a leader. He's not this. He's not that. But he's a better athlete and a better community person than Russell Wilson is. So it's how they connotate I'm looking at skin tone because I've read that thing the other day, so I'm looking at skin tone, and that might be a part of it. So we need to break down all those barriers and squash all those things and say, hey, we're Black. We come in many shades, but ultimately we're Black people. We're a Black race, and we're going to love on each other. And Lamar Jackson, that's right. And we're going to love on each other. And we're going to push our race forward. Right?
Yeah.
Read the letter of Willie Lynch. Now, Rev Sanders, they said Willie Lynch ain't for real. Maybe we need to break that down one day. Yes, sir. I believe in Willie Lynch letter because it's so perfect. It's so perfect. If you look at the Willie Lynch letter and light skin against the dark skin, the house against the field, the tall against the short, the wide against the one, taking the father out the home, leaving the mothers, teaching the kids about the father. All that stuff is spot on. So yeah, Willie Lynch letter. Read it.
I like what she just said. I think it's a good topic to discuss with young children as well as hair texture. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You said something a minute ago. You said your sister had good hair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we've been taught years. The long, silky hair or the pressed out hair, that's good hair. But hair like mine, that's that bad hair. That's a cancer, don't you?
Yeah, well, out of all of us kids, she was the only one that got that good hair. She was the only one that got that really naturally curly, long, because her hair is all the way down the back. And her daughter is the same way, long hair, long, just like that. So,
that is,
I definitely like that.
That's a part of it too. Just about the hair texture. And I was reading up on that a while back. The reason why Africans' hair texture is the way it is, and the reason why white people hair texture is the way it is because of the climates. And we need. I'm gonna have to read more into it before I dig into that any deeper. But it's because of the climate that we come from. Hair is a big issue. Something having to do with the Caucasian climates, the Caucasus Mountains and all that, the higher elevation, the colder climates, the way their hair sits is so when it rains or when it snows, whatever, it runs off, it don't stick, something like that. And the reason why Africa's hair is because it grows in a way that so that the sun and the heat won't bake our heads or something. I read it somewhere. I got to dig more into that.
But it was interesting in TV. When I first got in TV, it was 1994. A Black woman would not go on TV if she did not have weave in her hair or her hair was not long. That was just it. It's just in the past probably 7 or 8 years where Black women will actually go on the hair and the hair is really short. You see Black women now going on the air with braids. The natural look, or when they cut it down where it's short like yours and mine, they do it now. But in the 1990s, you didn't see a Black woman on the hair. Either she was wearing a wig, or her hair was just naturally long, or she had weave and didn't tell nobody she had weave just so it can be down her back. That was the competition that Black women were going up against, white women back in the day. But it has changed. It has changed, and I'm glad and thankful for that.
Yeah, it has changed. You see a lot of hairstyles and different things in the news because you're right. If they went on the air, their hair had to look just like their counterparts sitting next to them, and I see a lot of that at football games and stuff like that. When you have girls that I know personally, cheerleaders or whatever, have to put pieces in their hair so because they can see like everybody else instead of wearing the natural hair texture. I believe Erica just called you old, Jabbar. But 1994. I believe she called you old. Yeah, all hair is good hair. I agree with you. All hair is good hair. Unless you got it leaving like mine. Mine leaving up here. So I'm gonna just hold on to the little bit I got now. I'm gonna hold on to it as much as I can. But yeah, man, that's a lot. We got colorism, hairism, body style, and all that kind of stuff. We got a lot of stuff we can address in the upcoming shows in our community about our community.
Yeah.
Y'all got any questions in the comments? We got 8 more minutes before we get off here because I got to do a 1-minute monologue at the end because I need to talk to y'all about some stuff. Jabbar, what y'all got coming up in the news, man? I know you off today and tomorrow.
I went off today. I worked dayside today. I had to go in early today. You know, everything is about. Well, the big story today is from Washington, where they really kind of came out and said, if you've been fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask around other people who have been fully vaccinated, or even if you're around somebody who may have had COVID or did have COVID and you're around them, you don't have to really worry about it. So they really kind of been doing a lot of studies on that, and they came out. So it was huge with the wearing masks after you're fully vaccinated. So that's been the big story today.
Wow. So that's that. Yeah, I heard that. I got my text from the VA today, so I'll be going soon to get my vaccination.
Yeah, I got my vaccination shot. I got my first I got my first Moderna shot on Saturday at 3:30. About 8:30, and then my arm was sore. And then yesterday I was off, so I was very fatigued yesterday. So I laid down all day. It did do something to me where I was just kind of tired all day. But I woke up today, I was fine.
Okay, so you had a little slight side effect, but nothing major. Okay, you do the 1 shot or the 2 shot? When you go get the second shot?
I go get the second shot April 10th. I think the only one that's 1 shot is that Johnson & Johnson, but the Pfizer and Moderna are 2 shots.
I don't want that one. Johnson messed the baby powder thing up, so I don't want their shot. I want Moderna.
Well, you use the baby powder on something?
Oh, I'm just saying. All the folks suing Johnson for that baby powder. Man, you know we had to throw that baby powder up on our arm. We were little. We had no deodorant. We had that tussie. When the tussie right, they had to go around the edge of that mud. You had nothing left. You want to get chased, so you had to put that baby powder on. Come on now. You know.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I mean, let me tell you now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't open up my underwear and pull that powder. I don't pull it down there. I don't walk up in the school smelling real baby powder. Like a real baby walking in.
Well, that baby powder saved us a minute days back in the day. You outside playing, and it's hot, and you run up down the road. You got the little tight shorts on, and they got the whole rub in the side of you. Yeah, buddy, that baby powder saved you a minute days.
You can tell when somebody done put too much on because they sitting there. You can see the white powder, like, you know, when they. You don't put too much powder on, dude.
Especially a girl when you see in school put that baby powder on and be white.
Like all your pants down there white.
you walk out, you see the cloud of dust going down the hallway. Okay,
guys, she smelled good. As soon as you behind her, as she walk by, you see her.
Well, we got way on top. Okay, let's go up here. Miss Washington said, I remember watching Oprah, and they had a study with children, our children associated with lighter complexion, being smart and good and beautiful. Exactly. I remember. I think I remember that too. Yeah.
But that's so good. I'm so glad she said that. When there are just at school some teachers that they gravitate towards lighter skin, and those lighter skin students, their confidence is up. They just got that, you know, they just associated with that. So yeah, I definitely get that.
Yeah, I get that too. I've seen that, noticed that also. Man, now back to the baby powder.
I'm just saying.
Jabari, never mind. I don't even want to go there. But this is funny, y'all. Jabari, you ever say it? Oh, my wife, hope she ain't watching. But anyway, you ever dated a girl and y'all getting close back in the day when everybody had the baby powder on, and you take it, bro, and they got baby powder on.
all up on the hill. Right? Like all up on the hill. Sometimes when you throw your hand, you're so you know what they do. The first thing we want to do is smell it, but then we like, okay, now she smell like baby powder.
We had to get out of kitchen table conversation.
She smell like Johnson and Johnson. That's why she smell like Johnson and Johnson. Smell like Johnson and Johnson.
Man, get off my show. Man, we had a good time tonight, man. I know our conversation went crazy, but you have to, sometimes you just gotta laugh, guys. DJ, I see DJ, hey man, that's funny, DJ. You know Jabari a fool, man. Jabari right there. He a fool. He is a fool, y'all. I got him on my show. Makia, remember that baby powder? She probably just threw hers in the garbage. She went to the shelf and threw it in the garbage.
She done used it all up.
She done used it all up.
I mean, that baby powder, you know, because some people used to have the baby powder in their book bag. Like when we used to dress out, they would have the baby powder, like, you know, in their bag and stuff.
Yeah, had a little carry on, a little carry counter.
Yeah, it was light sky blue with a white top.
Unscented.
Just right there, you know, you just put it right there. Oh man, Veronica said y'all done cancel culture the baby.
Oh man. Hey, when I was in Iraq, listen, when I was in Iraq, she never used baby powder. Yeah, you know. Cornstarch.
No, he still use it.
Yeah, they still use it. It's still Paul said he still use it. Now listen, Kendra, you know, couldn't nobody afford no cornstarch. You know, folk had to cook with that back in the day. You don't waste no cornstarch on nobody.
And she didn't use it either.
Kendra ain't use no cornstarch.
No, she used baby powder too. She used baby powder too.
When I was in Iraq, man, we bought out the little PX on our base, baby powder. They couldn't keep it in. Man, you go on them hot days, you walk around like a dust cloud.
Have you ever seen where somebody put somebody that's all around their neck up in there? They put it around all up under their neck. You know, I'm saying, I remember my grandma used to get a red rag and say, well, let me wipe this out. Look at you.
You got too much on.
Got too much.
Well, y'all stupid. Y'all made us do this.
So y'all need to go ahead and tell Rodney I gotta be the third host on Man Talk because they didn't hire me. I gave a resume, but they didn't hire me.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, come to the studio Friday, 11 o'clock. We're gonna have Man Talk right here in the Upper Room Studios. So you invited to come do the show live Friday. Now y'all heard I gave him an invitation, guys. I gave him an invitation. If he don't show up, it's on him. All right.
Okay.
Man, Jabari, we finna go, man. It's time to go. Jabari, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight, guys. Let's keep the conversation going, guys, about cancel culture and colorism in our communities. Let's keep fighting these stigmatism that face us every day. Continue to break down barriers that hold us back as a community. Listen, guys, Jabari, I appreciate you, man. See you tomorrow, brother.
All
right, guys, man, that conversation went way left. Listen, guys, thank y'all for joining me tonight on Kitchen Table Conversation. We had some great dialogue, some fun and laugh, but we also had some serious conversations. And that's what this whole platform is about. Please support this platform. Cash App Rod Singer TV. If you can, no donation is too small or too large. Also, go see our sponsors, Coley Agency, beautiful, Talented Brown Eyes, and also go check out Angela D's Facebook page. But right before I go, you know, we talked about cancel culture a little bit. So I want to address all our viewers, right? 19 of you that's on here and the ones that's going to watch afterwards, the one that's on YouTube. I have been accused of a lot of things in the past. I've been accused of a lot of stuff in the past. It's just part of it. But one thing I am not is a cheat or a liar. Everything that I do for you all. everything, every event that we have when it comes to my organization, Mind Changers, or it comes to this platform or Man Talk or what have you. Everything I do, from the lock-ins, from the school-based mentoring programs to the field trips, to the juvenile detention center visits, to walking the streets, working with our children that's not in school, absenteeism, everything that I do and I'm associated with is all about my community. It's never about me. I have never, ever, ever, and I'm gonna sit here and say this right here publicly, and it was just said in one circle that I heard, somebody came and told me, so I'm gonna put it out there. I've never, ever, ever took anything for myself from anybody or this organization. I take no salary from Mind Changers. I take no salary. The monies we raise on Kitchen Table go directly to this studio, directly to this setup. Anything that Mind Changers do go directly to those kids. I've turned down grants. I've turned down personal gifts. I've turned down a lot of stuff because it was not for our children. It was not for our community. So I'm not going to say who said it, but it was said in a circle that that Mr. Pelt is doing Mind Changers for himself. One thing about me, I took care of me when I was young. I got out of the military at 36 years old, retired early with a full pension. I hope y'all feel that, with a full pension. My spouse is very well educated. She makes a great salary, and she supports me and supports what we do. So I don't have to take a salary from Mind Changers. Every dollar and dime we get goes directly into programming. It went to the building we had, facilities we had. It goes to the van that we purchased now for our students. It goes to building rentals. It goes to student activities. It goes to everything we do with our children. So Mr. Pelt, don't take a salary from Mind Changers. That's in our minutes. I put that in the minutes, in the bylaws of Mind Changers. I started that. It's because I believe in what I'm doing, and I know God will bless me, whether it's now or 50 years from now, or my children, or my grandchildren, or my community. Be blessed because of the works that I do and the people that I'm associated with. So if you hear that in the street, you just tell them what I said. All right? So that's the end of that. Guys, listen, I love you all. Tune in Friday, Man Talk, 11 o'clock live right here in the Upper Room Studios. It's going to be crazy because if Jabari come on and Doe on one side of me and Jabari on the other, it's going to be bananas. I guarantee you. So tune in 11 o'clock Friday for Man Talk. Guys, I love y'all. We'll see y'all soon. See you next week. Kitchen Table Conversation next Monday, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Peace out.